Right now at noon, reaction following the verdict in the criminal trial of former President Donald Trump.
Thunderstorm chances continue for most of the afternoon.
And the Miami Public Library is helping teens prepare for their next big adventure.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A significant moment in American history as former President Donald Trump is now a convicted felon. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. Trump is insisting he did nothing wrong the morning after a New York jury found him guilty of all the charges in his so-called hush money trial. Michael George reports from outside Trump Tower, where the presumptive GOP presidential nominee just spoke.
Donald Trump is vowing to fight on, a day after a guilty verdict made him the first former president and presumptive Republican presidential nominee to be a convicted felon.
This is a scam. This is a rigged trial. It shouldn't have been in that venue. We shouldn't have had that judge.
12 Manhattan jurors deliberating for more than 11 hours over 2 days found Trump guilty on all 34 counts of falsifying business records related to a payment made to adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election to keep her quiet about an alleged sexual encounter.
The only voice that matters is the voice of the jury, and the jury has spoken.
Trump's lawyer Todd Blanche said the trial was flawed from the start.
Because of everything around the lead up to this trial, it made it very difficult for the jury to evaluate the evidence kind of independent of what they knew coming in.
Trump could face prison time, but many legal experts say that's unlikely.
I don't see personally him being sentenced to prison time. I personally think there will be heavy fines and some sort of heavy probation.
Sentencing is set for July 11th, just days before the Republican National Convention. An early voter reaction appears split along party lines.
I don't think he got a fair trial.
I don't think it changed how I would vote in November.
Boo-hoo. I'm so sorry, Trump supporters. He went losing, so do you.
The Trump campaign says it raised nearly $35 million in the hours following the verdict. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
If Trump does become president again, he can't give himself a pardon in this case because this was a New York state conviction, not federal. Well, yesterday, Missouri Senator Josh Hawley weighed in on the verdict, saying, quote, "This is America under a Democrat rule." And former Kansas Attorney General Derek Schmidt said of the verdict in part, quote, "This is a dark day for the American justice system." Now let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a look at the forecast.
Well, it's been a pretty rainy, dreary morning, and unfortunately, we've still got some more scattered thunderstorms continuing through the area starting right now at noon. Temperatures still in the upper 60s. We're not warming up too much either, only getting up to the lower 70s today. And those scattered thunderstorm chances continue for most of the afternoon. They do start to taper off a little bit later, early evening, maybe late afternoon around 6 p.m. But until then, we're getting quite the rainfall accumulation, about 0.8 inches in Joplin, half an inch in Columbus, and quarter of an inch out in Carthage. So still quite a bit of rainfall, saturated on the grounds, and we are expecting a slight bit of a flood risk for some low-lying areas or if you're passing any bridges. So watch out for that when you're on the roads, and these chances do continue for the next several hours, and I'll have more details in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. And don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM Skywatch weather app. The bodies of the daughter and son-in-law of Missouri Representative Ben Baker have been returned to the United States. Natalie and Davy Lloyd were working as missionaries in Haiti before they were murdered. Their remains were accompanied by U.S. Ambassador to Haiti, Dennis Honkins, following with U.S. security agents. The young American couple was killed by a gang in Port-au-Prince last week, along with Haitian Mission Director Jude Montes. Haiti's National Police has issued a statement indicating they would work with international law enforcement to investigate the killings. A Seneca, Missouri man pleads guilty to multiple felony and misdemeanor charges, including assaulting law enforcement during the January 6, 2021 breach of the U.S. Capitol. 27-year-old Kyler Joseph Bard of Seneca pleaded guilty to 2 felonies, including assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers and civil disorder. In addition to the felonies, Bard pleaded guilty to 4 misdemeanors. Newton County deputies are looking for a man they're calling an armed and dangerous suspect in an early morning homicide. Joshua Taft is wanted on felony warrants for second-degree murder, endangering the welfare of a child, armed criminal action, and unlawful possession of a firearm. Deputies found 50-year-old Eric Whittington dead on Freddie Lane in Joplin. Investigators say Taft and Whittington fought before Whittington's death. If you have any information about Taft's location, contact local authorities. Some Pittsburgh residents took the opportunity to participate in a downtown community conversation yesterday. Attendees would write on sticky notes what they would like to see in the city on a wide range of issues, from parking to a sports complex. The city says it'll take the suggestions and comments and incorporate them into a plan. The Miami Public Library yesterday hosted an event called Preparing for the Big Adventure. The event's goal is to help local teens get ready for adulthood. KOAM's Fernandez Silva tells us how the initiative helps students.
It makes it a lot less stressful, just getting to know people around the area. For me, one of my quotes that I live by is that life is made by the connections that you make with people. And that's really what your life is just connections.
Junior Alexander Long is all about networking and getting ready for his future. The perfect fit to attend the event organized by the Miami Public Library.
Well, I learned that there's a lot of finance companies around here that I can get some really good resources for to start savings accounts and get help with my taxes and all that fun stuff.
Long was joined by almost 50 other students who, just like him, are part of the Upward Bound program. According to the program director, the initiative is very important for these students.
We like to teach them how to network in the community so that as they are looking for jobs, as they're looking for careers, and then also where they want to go for college in the future, they're just going to have these networks that they can come to these people and get some questions answered.
Their teams had the chance to learn about college, careers, loans, taxes, and other things related to adult life. The event aims to fill a gap.
I know a lot of teens always say that, no one ever prepares them to do their taxes or anything like that. So this resource always helps them, find where to go to get that.
And to broaden their perspectives.
It helps them in a lot of different ways. They can learn about networking, meeting people that are in the businesses now. So if they're, preparing for that type of career, and also just learning about things that they may not even know that they need.
In Miami, Fernandez Silva, KOAM News.
The Miami Public Library will host more events focused on teens during the summer. And to learn more about those events, you can go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, coming up, a retired nurse in Webb City is sharing her passion for rug hooking by helping others learn the craft. And later, we're making Havana pork in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. A retired nurse recently opened her home in Webb City, Missouri to share her passion for rug hooking. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
After 42 years of saving lives in the medical field, Kathy Wagner now spends retirement igniting passion in lives through rug hooking.
It was my dream to teach people how to do this rug hooking, and I had an opportunity to do that, and so I have been teaching for the last 3.5 years, and just recently brought the group into my home.
Usually, Wagner offered classes in Kansas under her business, Hooks and Loops. However, this month she decided to open up her home in Webb City, Missouri to share the passion across the state line. According to Wagner, hooking projects can take weeks, months, or even years to complete, but that's a part of the fun.
And why'd you choose jack-o'-lanterns?
Sound like jack-o'-lanterns.
You pull wool strips up through the backing, then makes loops on the backing and fills in the pictures.
Wagner does not only teach, but provides the wool, drawings, of course, the encouragement.
Looks good. Looks really good. There's not very many rug hooking places or organizations around here. You used to have to go to Kansas City or down into Arkansas to buy. And so when I started, I thought, I've got to have stuff for them to do.
Multiple completed projects hang on the walls to remind the participants of the end goal. And when Wagner is asked which is her favorite,
oh goodness.
Reporting in Webb City, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
I've got a bunch upstairs.
For more information about hooks and loops, you can go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
We're taking our taste buds to Havana, Cuba with a dish that'll shake up your dinner routine. I promise.
Scattered thunderstorm chances continue for the next several hours. I'll have more details right after the break. Well, it's a pretty rainy, dreary day today, and we're not getting warm either, only getting down to the lower 70s. Kind of the same thing that happened yesterday. Let's take a look. Our high yesterday was only 79. So just slightly below average, not too far off, with our average being about 81, but still a little bit cooler yesterday, and it's a little cool today as well. See, we're only getting up to the lower 70s, excuse me, and dropping back down pretty quickly down to the mid 60s tonight. And we can thank all the overcast conditions, not to mention all of the showers that we've had in the area. Those continue intermittently for the next several hours. We do have a nice little thunderstorm passing by the Joplin Metro in the next 30 minutes. And after that, it starts to taper off. So about 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., our highest chances of rain showers and thunderstorms. 2 p.m. starting to dip back down, and then we get down to 6 p.m. Some showers still passing by, but mostly we're starting to get into that isolated territory. We're only seeing a few showers passing through the area. Those do start to taper off as we get into the overnight hours around 2 a.m. Mostly we're clear, and then the clouds start to clear out. Take a look at that future track. So about 12:30, we got those thunderstorms passing by the Joplin Metro, Pittsburgh, Carthage, Webb City area, and all of our northeastern counties, Nevada, Stockton getting some heavy rain as well. Then those continue to push out. That storm that passed by Joplin is now moving towards Nevada area, and the Stockton area moving northeast out of our viewing area. That's about 3:30 p.m. And after that, few more isolated showers, isolated thunderstorms passing by. So 7 p.m. just north of Joplin, Webb City, Carthage, Carl Junction, Pittsburgh getting some nice rain showers. After that, we really do start to see those showers taper off and even push off to the east. Then we're going to have a pretty clear Saturday, so it's about 4 p.m. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s, and it's going to be mostly sunny skies all day long. That trend continues all the way through Sunday. We do have possibility for a few showers Saturday night, as we can see out in Wichita. Some nice, it looks a little bowing, so there might be some stronger wind gusts with this system. But as it passes through, it really falls apart before it moves into our area. A little shower made it through, but outside of that, may not see anything tomorrow night, and that'll pass through early morning hours on Sunday. So we'll keep an eye on that, see if anything does come up. But if it doesn't, it's going to be some clouds overnight. But other than that, again, on Sunday, nice warm day up into the 80s, mid 80s by afternoon hours on Sunday, and mostly sunny skies as well. Now, we do have some rain still passing through the area the next several hours, giving us a lot of rainfall, a lot of accumulation. So even though this weekend's going to be nice and sunny, it's still going to be pretty saturated, maybe a little bit muddy. We're not warming up too much to the mid 80s this weekend. And then we do have scattered thunderstorm chances returning Monday through Wednesday, so the first half of the work week. Back to you, Elise.
Well, stick around. We're making Havana pork in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, the city of Havana is no stranger to all the flavors and spices that the Caribbean has to offer, and today's Mr. Food recipe is no different. Howard is showing us how to make Havana pork in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Since most of us are creatures of habit when it comes to dinner, we often fall into the rut of serving the same few things over and over. So to help us shake off the, oh no, not that again blues, we have a flavored packed pork dish that originated in Havana, Cuba, and is anything but boring. We start off by cutting a boneless pork butt or shoulder into cubes. It should be well marbled, which means it'll have a ton of flavor. We marinate this in some bottled mojo, and just in case you're not familiar with it, mojo is a sauce that's great for marinating or serving as a condiment. It's a blend of sour oranges, olive oil, garlic, oregano, salt, and pepper. After this marinates in the fridge for at least 6 hours or even overnight, we sear it in a hot skillet. Once it's cooked through and the edges are crispy, we serve it over rice, top it with some chopped cilantro and a squeeze of fresh lime. I do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our Havana pork, so you can have the taste of Havana without getting out your passport. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a new and flavorful way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can, of course, find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just going over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Showers continue through the area. We've got a nice little thunderstorm moving through the Joplin Metro. No severe threat, but you might see some cloud-to-ground lightning out there. After that, mostly isolated showers continue through the afternoon, and then we're off to a pretty nice, sunny, warm weekend ahead before more rain showers move in starting Monday.
And coming up tonight at 5, new researchers is showing how loneliness is impacting kids as young as 5. We're going to see why experts are saying organizations like Girl Scouts can help. Plus, the community of Erie, Kansas is working to revamp and revitalize its city market with help from some new management and the mayor. And Wildcat Glades Friends Group receives a grant to restore native landscape in Wildcat Park. Join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll be here at 12:30 with a special report from CBS. Until then, have a great rest of your day.